Who are you and what brings you to JCON?
Yeah, hi Frank. I'm Simon Martinelli from Switzerland, and I'm a speaker here. And I was talking about CQRS with modern Java this
Okay.
morning.
And what was the main goal the main message that you wanted to bring?
You know, very often APIs are created using REST or are RESTful, which is perfectly fine, especially if you're doing third-party APIs that are consumed by whoever
Yeah.
could use it.
Different. Yeah.
But if you're doing client-server communication with like an Angular or React client and the backend, then you probably would like to have something like an RPC style communication. And so REST is sometimes not the best fit, and especially because often you have something called under or overfetching. So you send too much data or not enough data to do the job on the client side. And so CQRS is like the separation of the command side and the query side. And if you apply that to your API, then you have commands that have minimal data just to do the job. And on the other hand, if you want to fetch data from the server, you can have queries. You could do that with JCON, for example, and multiset to get nested structures, or you could use GraphQL depending on what you want to do. But this separation allows you better understanding for the application and a semantically better API that is very easily to understand if you're looking at the client code.
So, can I compare it to WebSockets, for instance, where you don't have a separate call each time, or it goes further than that?
No, it goes further than that. I would say it's really like you have to do like a consumer-driven API. So very often the backend team is first and creates an API. And then we have the front-end team and says, oh no, I can't use this API, or I have to do tricks with the API or load too much data, transform it somehow. But this shouldn't be the case. You should really do an API that fits the client. And then you really have fine-grained access to the server and get exactly the code or the data that you need on the client side, yes.
So you're trying to solve a problem where you indeed have two separate teams working independently and then finding out that the thing that should combine them is not working correctly.
Yeah, exactly. That's often the problem.
You're a bit of a developer advocate, although not officially, for Vaden and Duke. Why is that? Are these, in your opinion, the best frameworks you can use for their goal, like Duke for database stuff and Vaden for user interfaces?
Yeah, I like a lot of technology. I like Spring Boot, but I also like Quarkus or Micronaut. But there are areas where people tend to use not the optimal solution. So for example, for business applications, people are using single page application frameworks, and that could be a good fit. So especially if you already have a team that knows one of these frameworks. But for most applications, it's kind of an overkill or it's too complicated, because what you want to do is have a very simple UI with great components, by the way, and you want to do that fast. And I'm coming back from time where we used to have AWT or Swing to do applications. And I really miss this kind of great component frameworks that you can use to build your applications. And that's why I like Vaadin. And that's also why I'm doing a lot of talks about Vaadin, because I want to show this technology to other people, because I would say it doesn't have enough attention. That's the reason why.
And although it's not officially part of your presentation, it's not in the title, do you use Vaden in your talk?
Not in that one.
Not
no.
in this one.
In that one, I use just Juke.
Okay, which is a unicum, I think.
Yeah.
You have two badges. You have a speaker and a volunteer badge. What does that mean? Did you help with the organization? Are you helping today?
I will help tomorrow morning and on Thursday morning. So I will be at the registration desk helping people that register, giving them the badges, the vouchers and stuff they get.
So this is really a community-driven event.
Yeah, absolutely.
I talked to the organizers, which are also organizing a JUC. We talked also earlier in this podcast about the JUC in Switzerland. How important is this community for Java?
I think it makes it unique. I don't know any other community that is so strong. and it's also very helpful for new developers.
Mhm.
So they can come here or go to a user group meeting, and they will find like-minded people that are eager to help
Mhm.
with whatever problems they have.
Because yeah, Java is the trademark is owned by Oracle. Oracle is also the steering committee, let's call it like that, in the Java development. But I think the community contributions to Java are huge. Is that completely different than .NET, for instance? Can you compare that?
Yeah, I also do .NET programming sometimes, and there, I mean, it comes from another ecosystem, right? Because it's owned by Microsoft. It was always developed by Microsoft. And back in the days, if you look at C Sharp, WinForms applications, you had this, for example, these components. So if you bought Visual Studio, whatever,
Yeah.
then you get like a catalog with all the available commercial components.
Mhm.
So in this space, there were a lot of commercial components. So this was not community driven. That was driven by companies that want to earn money from selling the components. But in the Java space, open source was very early, very important. So I remember when I started, there was Log4j, for example, and JBoss, and these were already kind of community driven because you just could use that. In both cases, I think you had to pay for the manual. So the code was free, but the manual was not free. And so it's very easy to get access to that community, or you can write your own open source framework and just publish it on Maven Central, for example, and then everybody can use it. And that's something that makes it unique, and that's also why Java is so strong. Because for every topic, no matter if it's some very old topic or if it's AI or something else, you will immediately find someone who already solved your problems, and you just can use it.
And we discussed this before with Sonar. It's amazing how companies are founded on top of open source, so they're still distributing their library or their application for free, but you can get commercial support or a more extended version if you pay for it.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice that you can build a library, and if it becomes popular, you can become a consultant for that library, or you can build a company around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a consultant yourself.
Yes.
What kind of applications do you work in?
I use a lot in the retail or wholesale industry, so ERP systems or other more back office like systems I'm building usually. Currently, I'm working for a company that is building software for the Swiss Gymnastics Association. So in Switzerland, we have a lot of sports club. They're doing track and field, artistic gymnastics, stuff like that. And the Gymnastics Association is organizing or is helping organizing competitions, and to manage all the competitions, starting from the subscription down to the ranking list. We build software to do that
In Java,
in Java.
of course. Okay. Are there any sessions you're looking forward yourself to attending?
Yeah, I have missed some already because there are too many people that I know, and we have a chat here in the hallway. But I plan to go to refactoring talk that is just next. And tomorrow I also have plenty of sessions that I want to see. I hope I can attend some of them.
Okay. Have fun, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.